Scientists tipped over a barrel of oil onto the ground. Then they took out a bottle of blue liquid. They carefully poured a single drop of the blue liquid onto the oil on the ground. In the astonished gazes of everyone present, the blue liquid spread out in all directions in an instant. In the blink of an eye, it devoured the oil in front of it completely. Before the woman standing in the oil could even react, her leather shoes on her feet began to melt rapidly. She let out terrified screams, but the others were surprised to find that apart from eating away at the leather shoes, the blue liquid didn't harm the woman's feet. It turned out that this was a kind of bacteria that would consume things containing oil components. Once the blue liquid reached the edge of the oil, it lost its activity. It turned out that this kind of bacteria would devour oil and would die immediately once there was no more oil. Seeing that the experiment had finally succeeded, everyone cheered excitedly. With this kind of bacteria, a man named Sangbio immediately came up with an idea to dominate the world. Once this kind of bacteria spread, Sangbio could control the world's energy supply with it. Unexpectedly, the information about this kind of bacteria was stolen by accident, and the files were accidentally obtained by the son of Uncle Long's girlfriend. But Uncle Long was completely unaware of this at the time. Uncle Long, who had transformed into a male nanny, was repairing the roof when he was suddenly attacked by Sangbio's subordinates. The two killers thought they could easily subdue Uncle Long. However, in just a few rounds, they were completely defeated by Uncle Long. It turned out that although Uncle Long seemed to be a house husband on the surface, his true identity was actually a top-level special agent. A few months ago, it was he who personally sent Sangbio to prison. Unexpectedly, with the help of an insider, Sangbio soon escaped from prison. When his colleagues heard the news, they immediately informed Uncle Long. Uncle Long, who was about to retire, didn't want to take on the case at first, thinking that Sangbio was coming for revenge. For the safety of the three children, Uncle Long decided to take the initiative. First, he placed the children in a safe house. Then he went alone to an abandoned factory building as agreed. However, while he was setting up the monitoring equipment, he accidentally found that a boy had suddenly come here. Before Uncle Long could settle the boy down, Sangbio, along with his subordinates and corrupt policemen, blocked them. For the safety of the children, Uncle Long had no choice but to give up resistance and let the other side do as they pleased. To his surprise, Sangbio not only wanted to kill him but also wouldn't spare the children. After learning from the boy where the files were, he led his subordinates to Uncle Long's girlfriend's house. Taking this opportunity, Uncle Long took off his special agent ring and, with the help of the boy, cut the ropes. At this moment, Sangbio had already arrived at his girlfriend's house with his subordinates, ready to take away the bacteria files downloaded by the boy. Fortunately, Uncle Long rushed back in time. With the cooperation of the whole family, Sangbio's subordinates and the corrupt policemen were thoroughly defeated. Soon, his colleagues came with SWAT team members for support and took away the criminal gang led by Sangbio. An energy crisis was finally averted, and Uncle Long won the heart of his girlfriend. They stepped into the marriage hall and lived a happy life as a family of 5 ever since.